The MFX4 system for a world in motion. Data acquisition and automation technology for the handling of mineral oils. In the previous tutorial we learned how to establish the connection between the PC and the MFX4 EDI. This tutorial explains the commissioning of the CAN bus, the data bus over which later the communication between the MFX4 devices will take place. Industrial quality data cables are used to install the CAN bus between the MFX4 devices. These are double shielded twisted pair cables. The cable should have an impedance of 120 ohm and a resistance of 70 milliohm per meter and comply with the ISO 11898 standard. Depending on the transmission rate used, cable lengths of up to 1000 meters are possible. On the loading side, the CAN bus cable can connect the MFX4 devices in various arrangements. A star connection is possible as well as a ring and a line connection. For signaling reasons, only the line connection is permitted here. The cable shield must be grounded additionally. The CAN bus cable connects the MFX4 devices with each other. For signal technical reasons, it is necessary to terminate the cable at the beginning as well as at the end with an additional resistor. For this purpose, 120 ohm resistors must be installed. If there is an MFX4 terminal at one end of the cable, then an internal resistor can be connected to the terminal as a cable termination. With the MFX4 terminals, the bus terminating resistor can be activated by internal switches. For this purpose, the terminal must be de-energized and the housing must be opened. With the V3 terminal, the terminating resistors are activated by the two switches S410 and with the terminal Pro by the two switches S401. To enable communication via the CAN bus, the transmission rate must be set identically on all devices involved. 125 or 250 kilobaud transmission rates have proven successful in practice here. Each of the connected devices must have its own unique bus ID. For controllers, the range from 1 to 19 is available here, and for terminal and EDI devices, the node ID range is from 20 to 30. When the MFX4 controller is restarted, a boot menu appears in which settings can be made by pressing the calibration switch. For this purpose, the seal on the cover of the calibration switch must be broken, and this must be pressed with a suitable tool. By pressing the switch several times, the settings for the CAN bus node number and baud rate can be changed. At each restart of the controller, the current settings are displayed briefly. N1 means node number 1 and C250 means 250 kilobaud baud rate. At a restart or after entering 230355, the settings menu can be called up with parameter. The default password is 0815. Through the menu, we navigate to Terminal and then to CAN node. With new value, we enter the desired CAN bus node ID. Afterwards, we select with Select Para the settings for the CAN bus baud rate and enter this also. Finally, we select Exit. Our settings are now permanently stored in the terminal. Now a restart of the device is necessary to activate our new settings. When the V3 terminal is restarted or rebooted, an info text appears for a few seconds. This text shows information about the installed software, the Ethernet connection settings and the CAN bus settings. Data about the keyboard, the card reader and the installed languages still follow. The set CAN bus rate, the used CAN bus node number for this device and the activation of the CAN bus terminating resistors are displayed. The settings menu can be called up with Menu Setup. The password is 0815. We navigate through the menu to Terminal Pro and then to Communication. Here we enter the required values for CAN bus node, baud rate and SDO number. Afterwards, we leave the menu again with Home, whereby the settings are stored permanently. Finally, we select Menu and Reboot to restart the Terminal Pro and to activate our new settings. The CAN bus configuration of the MFX4 EDI is done with the help of the MFX4 Explorer. I connect to the EDI and navigate to the folder Communication. There I find the settings for node ID and baud rate. I set the desired values and save my changes permanently by pressing the Save icon. Finally, I restart the EDI with the help of the pop-up menu to activate my changes. All MFX4 devices with which communication is to take place must be entered in the MFX4 EDI in a list with the name Connected Devices. With devices that are not activated in this list, no data exchange will take place later. There it is possible to activate up to 16 controllers or loading arms and up to 8 terminals or additional EDI devices. To activate the devices, the appropriate node number is set or selected and the mode is set to enabled. All entries that are not required are set to disabled mode. In addition, the ARM control or process control used must be set for the activated controllers. Single controllers have one process control and dual controllers have two process controls. The connected terminal is also activated. I save my changes permanently by pressing the Save icon. Finally, I restart the EDI with the help of the pop-up menu to activate my changes. After restarting the MFX4 EDI, I can check the function of my settings. In the Actual Data folder of the MFX4 EDI, all reachable MFX4 devices are displayed with Online 1. Here a controller and the terminal should be online now. I can add these devices to my device view in the MFX4 Explorer. For this, I press the icon with the question mark and confirm the info. Now both devices are shown on the left side of the Explorer. By pressing the disk icon, I can save this view of the Explorer in an Explorer configuration file on my PC permanently. SDO numbers for communication channels are used to establish parallel communications on the CAN bus. 16 SDO numbers are available. These SDO numbers are permanently assigned to the connected MFX4 EDI and terminals and must be set during commissioning. The SDO numbers must not be assigned twice. To set the SDO numbers, I navigate with the MFX4 Explorer to the Communications folder of the MFX4 EDI or terminal. For each device, I set a separate SDO number. I save the settings on the device with the Save icon. Finally, I restart the devices using the pop-up menu to activate my changes. Do you have questions about our devices or our service? Please feel free to contact us.